Therefore, we have finished cupula, we have finished modulus, we have finished cochlear canal, and the fourth terminology was osseous spiral lamina. Now within the cochlea, for that osseous spiral lamina, which is dividing the cochlear canal into two parts, we need to draw the last and the final diagram. Please draw alongside with me for your better understanding. This is the vestibular segment, and here we draw the turnings of cochlea. These are the turnings of cochlea. So remember 2 and 3/4 of the turn of cochlea. Then here we will show the opening of 3 semicircular canals. Now those 3 semicircular canals, we will show the opening. Here we start with posterior. This will be anterior. Similarly, we will make those canals. This will be crus commune. This will be crus commune, common opening. Here we will mention this as anterior, or it is called superior semicircular canal. Anterior or superior semicircular canal. This will be known as posterior semicircular canal. Medial end of the superior semicircular canal, medial end of the anterior or superior semicircular canal will open with the upper end of the posterior semicircular canal as crus commune. And then finally we will make here lateral semicircular canal. This is how we show all the 5 openings. We will come to these semicircular canals later on. We will come later on to these semicircular canals. We are interested in cochlea. So right now we leave this vestibule as it is. Now in cochlea, within the bony labyrinth, osseous spiral lamina, that was the word which we were left with. That osseous spiral lamina will divide the entire turnings of cochlear canal into 2 segments. So first we make here, let me make here the osseous spiral lamina. This is the osseous spiral lamina. Green color, once again I will darken that green color. This will be the osseous spiral lamina, which is present deep inside within the cochlear canal. This osseous spiral lamina along with small portion of basilar membrane will divide the entire cochlear canal into 2 parts, upper part, lower part, upper part, lower part. In this way, in the turnings, these parts will be located. Upper part will be located with relation to the apex, and that segment will be known as scala vestibuli, and the lower part will be related to the basal turnings of the cochlea. That will be related, and it will be known as scala tympani, scala vestibuli and scala tympani. So here I will write it as scala vestibuli. This I will mention it as scala tympani. So therefore osseous spiral lamina is a deep fissure within the cochlear canal which is dividing the entire cochlear canal into 2 segments, upper and lower. Upper will be known as scala vestibuli, lower will be known as scala tympani. Then we come to scala tympani. Now this scala tympani, remember still we are in cochlea only. We are in cochlea. So within the scala tympani, this scala tympani will open posteriorly, and that opening here will be closed by secondary tympanic membrane. So therefore there will be presence of this secondary tympanic membrane. So what should be the name of this opening? This opening will be known as the round opening, which is called fenestra cochleae. So therefore this opening which is present here will be known as fenestra cochleae, which we have discussed in tympanic cavity, which is present in the medial wall of tympanic cavity. So the round window, fenestra cochleae, through which scala tympani will open within the middle ear cavity, which will be closed by secondary tympanic membrane. Now comes another important point here, where my hand is there. The scala tympani will have another opening here, and that opening will lead to, if I show you that opening will lead to fenestra, not fenestra, but it will be known as the aqueduct of cochlea. So this is very important, asked in MCQs and Viva. So many MCQs they have asked. This is known as aqueduct of cochlea. What is aqueduct of cochlea? Very important. Note down. Through this aqueduct of cochlea, the entire perilymph, which is circulating in scala vestibuli and scala tympani, both these cavities, both these bony channels within the cochlear canal will have perilymph. So through this aqueduct of cochlea, perilymph will communicate with the CSF present in subarachnoid space through cochlear canaliculi, and this opening, this communication is called aqueduct of cochlea. Where is the presence of aqueduct of cochlea? That is cochlear canaliculus. If you remember cochlear canaliculus in the demonstration of skull norma basalis, we have discussed. So this is very much commonly asked MCQ. Aqueduct of cochlea will communicate with the perilymph present in the scala tympani, with the CSF present in subarachnoid space through the cochlear canaliculus. So two important points, one is fenestra cochleae and another will be aqueduct of cochlea present in scala tympani of the cochlea. Here we finish cochlea. Once again a fast representation of cochlea. What are the important landmarks? Cupula, we started with cupula, then modulus, then cochlear canal, then in cochlear canal osseous spiral lamina, which will divide into scala vestibuli and scala tympani. And remember the base of the cupula, the base of modulus opening at internal acoustic meatus, through which there are small minute foramen which are called tractus spiralis foraminosus, through which cochlear nerve filaments will pass. And then finally through osseous spiral lamina, this osseous spiral lamina dividing the cochlear canal into scala vestibuli, scala tympani. And finally in the last part, scala tympani having two important segments or communications. They are fenestra cochleae and aqueduct of cochlea. Both are equally asked in 1 mark question answer in MCQ. Here we finish cochlea. Now second segment, vestibule. Cochlea is over. In the bony labyrinth of the internal ear, the second segment of the bony labyrinth of internal ear, vestibule. In the vestibule, if you recollect the previous diagram which we had drawn, fenestra vestibuli. Note down, the fenestra vestibuli is an oval opening which is present in the lateral wall of the vestibule. The previous diagram we have marked fenestra vestibuli, present in the lateral wall of vestibule. Simple. And it is closed by foot plate of stapes. That is also 1 mark question answer and asked in Viva. Along with foot plate of stapes there is annular ligament. So annular ligament and foot plate of stapes will close fenestra vestibuli, which is an oval opening which is present in the lateral wall of vestibule. Now we come to medial wall of vestibule, where my hand is there straight away. In this medial wall of vestibule we fill it with various important segments. What are they? First segment which we make will be, there will be just like aqueduct of cochlea, aqueduct of vestibule. Now this which I have drawn is known as, here I will mark down as aqueduct of vestibule. So this aqueduct of vestibule, it is also asked in 1 mark question answer MCQs. This aqueduct of vestibule will open under the dura mater present in the posterior wall of petrous portion of temporal bone. Recollect our discussion of the norma basalis intima. In the posterior wall of petrous portion of temporal bone, below the dura mater, just behind the internal acoustic meatus opening, will be the opening of aqueduct of vestibule. What is it basically? Blind pouch of membranous labyrinth will be present inside, containing ductus and saccus endolymphaticus. Note it down. So through the aqueduct of vestibule there will be a blind pouch of membranous labyrinth which is known as ductus and secus endolymphaticus, and that will communicate through the aqueduct of vestibule where under the dura mater behind the posterior segment of petrous portion of temporal bone. So this is one segment which we have finished, aqueduct of vestibule. Now second segment. Surrounding here, deep in the medial wall, this is the medial wall of vestibule. Remember, medial wall of vestibule, the entire medial wall is divided by this crest. This is the crest of the vestibule. So this vestibular crest, if I just write down here, vestibular crest, will divide the medial wall into anterior-inferior part, posterior-superior part. This anterior-inferior part will be known as, please mark it as, spherical recess, where it will receive the opening of scala vestibuli anteriorly. And this spherical recess will have an important content in its membranous labyrinth. Deep within the spherical recess there will be presence of which portion of the membranous labyrinth? Saccule. This vestibular crest has divided anterior-inferior segment into spherical recess in which there will be presence of membranous labyrinth which is called saccule, and it will also divide the posterior-superior segment into elliptical recess. Please note it down. Elliptical recess. It will receive an opening of which portion of membranous labyrinth? Utricle. So the utricular portion, the utricle of the membranous labyrinth will open within the elliptical recess. So here, this much is about the medial wall of vestibule.